Hello everybody, and welcome back to the range. It's that time again. It is time for the monthly giveaway for February. And we're doing not one, but two builds for this one. We're doing a 57 or 58 Ferrari 250 Testarossa. And we're doing this Mercedes-Benz hauler from a big rig. So why don't we head on down to the range and let's get started. You know, I got this casting in the mail from eBay with a lot of them, you know, I think. And I've had it sitting to the side for a while, and, you know, I didn't know what I was going to do with it just yet. I just know I wanted to do kind of a resto mod to it. You know, I wanted to have a nice clean paint job, put some new wheels on it. You know, I already had the post drilled out on it, so it made it a little bit easier. And I started thinking, you know, and then I started talking to Jay from JDC, and he was telling me his wife's last name's Ferrari. So what better to do a build other than the last name's Ferrari? You know, I was really happy to do this one. Me and Jay was talking, so it's kind of a surprise for her. You know, she's, from what I understand, she supports his channel, supports what he does. She had a surprise reaction when she heard her announcement on my last build I did, you know. And like I said in that build, this is a Valentine's Day gift from Jay to you, Amanda. So don't be thanking me. Thank him, because we've been talking about doing it. And you are the first builder, or first winner that I've done a build for that is not on my Instagram, that's not following my YouTube. So I hope you enjoy this build, because I sure in the heck had fun making it for you. Now, I was really happy to do this for you. You know, unfortunately, I couldn't save most of it, or not most of it. What I mean by I couldn't save anything was I was trying to get a windshield for it, but I could not find one for this particular car. So I had to kind of use what I had, you know, and the windshield's partially broke, like on the side. You can't really tell unless you're actually down in front of it looking at it. From a distance, you can't really tell, but it turned out great either way. You know, I really enjoyed making this. I was trying to knock this out as quickly as I could, because I still got, you know, Maple Leaf Customs Porsche build coming up due mid-March, and then at the end of the March, I got the Mini Cooper build for Luke that I gotta get knocked out. I'm gonna be knocking out the Double Trouble build probably in the next couple weeks, probably beginning of March. I'm going to start on that. And I still got the Four Horsemen NASCAR build that I'm going to be doing. So yeah, my plate's pretty full, but I think I can do it. I'm probably going to be doing the Mini Cooper build and the Porsche in the same video to knock that out at the same time. So it would make it a little easier, because I already have a Porsche set aside. It's already been stripped down. It's already, you know, ready to go, because I was trying to make a different vehicle out of it a while back. So I ended up, you know, just kind of setting it off to the side. But, you know, it's already stripped down, cleaned up. All I gotta do is paint it and stuff like that. So, but I got a real special build with the Mini that I'm going to be doing. I'm really hoping it's going to turn out, because I'm really excited to do that one. And, you know, I did a full-on paint job for not just the car, but the Mercedes-Benz Super Hauler trailer, because I was looking for the specific trailer, the specific casting for this build. And luckily enough, I found it before I started the build, and I was able to get it into the video because I wanted, something nice to put the Ferrari 250 in. I made my axles, I stripped down, I put the wheels in oven cleaner so I could strip off all the chrome because I wanted to paint them the color I was going to. And I found out, I was trying to get some information from Jay, about what her favorite colors were, what her lucky number was. And it turns out she had 4 favorite colors. So I only used 2 on these build. But for my double trouble, I'm using the other 2 colors. And trust me, I'm really looking forward to the double trouble because I got a great idea I want to do for it. I'm just hoping it turns out. And it's going to look beautiful. I already know that. I wanted the wheels I used for the Ferrari. I had to kind of, I guess, make room for, and I didn't have to cut anything or file anything down. It did have a lot of casting lines that I had to fix on the body, and I got those best as I could, and don't look too shabby. And yeah, this is the purple I'm going with for the first color. It's called a plum pearl, and I really love this purple. It is a really pretty color. I've used it on other builds before. I think I used it on Jay's I think it's a little Model A wagon that I did, yeah. But I wanted to go with the purple for the main color, well, kind of the secondary color, I should say. I painted the trailer purple, because I had a specific thing I wanted to do, and it turned out for the most part. I kind of wish it would have did better, but I was kind of trying to get this done so I had time to do my other builds, so I could get started on them, so I could get the video footage going on it, so I didn't have to worry about it. And I was really happy with the way everything really turned out. It turned out beautiful. And you see here is a little rough shape. After I got all the paint stripped off, I had to let it set for almost 2 days to get all the paint off. And I guess it's that mainline paint because this car was old. This was an older one. I'm not for sure the year that it was made. 1990, I think is what it says. Hold on 1 second. I gotta get my little secondary eyes. Yeah, this casting was a 1990 casting. So it's been around for a while. And some people I've talked to said they've never seen this casting before. And honestly, this is like the second one I've seen of this casting, to be honest with you. And it was really fun to work on, though. It really was, other than trying to, smooth it out, trying to get the casting lines smoothed out and down. I did my best on that. And Amanda, I'm sorry. I did the best I could with what I had, and I was really happy with the way it turned out anyway. So if you don't want it, if you don't like it, send it back to me. We'll be good. Because I really liked how this one turned out. And I'm not big on purple. I'm not big on the color purple. But the color combination that I went with, I think turned out phenomenal. I'm tongue twisted today. I'm sorry. But, I'm really looking forward to future builds. I have my truck casting I'm going to be trying to do for my NASCAR build. I'm not really for sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm got a simple idea. And I went and got some stickers, some letter stickers, because I wanted some fancy girly style letters, that I wanted to use for a stencil. And so I went out and got that, and I put her name on one side and her first name and her last name on the trailer. And honestly, I think it looks good like that. You know, it kind of didn't turn out like really all that great for the, like, I guess the holes where the A or the D would be. So I kind of had to go over with a paint marker and fix that up a little bit. But other than that, it don't look too bad, and I apologize. Not one of my best paint jobs on something, but it turned out decent. And I didn't want just the name on it, so I was just putting some like little small, I don't know what size tape this is, but I wanted to, you know, kind of give it another specific look, you know, where it looked like it was kind of wrapped around, and it looked like it was just not just a plain trailer with a name on it. And I honestly thought I was going to probably redo the trailer because, you know, I thought it didn't turn out that well. But once I clear coated it, it turned out just fine. I was really happy with the way it clear coated turned out. I was really happy with the way the paint turned out. And, you know, not only are you going to get to see the video footage of it on the little spin table, you're going to get, I took some glamour shots. You're going to get to see some glamour shots of it just sitting still, so you can get a better look at it. And like I said, you know, this is kind of like up there in my longer videos, which is not a big deal. I didn't have a problem with it. You know, I put the letters AF on the back, and I didn't do not much fancy with the cab because I didn't want it to take away from the trailer or the car. And because the car was the main focal point of this entire build, and the trailer just kind of was a secondary thing, you know, because I didn't want it to be a short video because of the car, and because the car was just a paint job and a wheel swap. That's all the car was. And I didn't want it just to be that. So, and it really looks good. You know, here I am peeling off the stickers, and I'm glad I got these stickers. I'm going to probably get some different style lettering eventually, because I don't want to just use the same style lettering for different builds. But, you know, what I have in store for the Double Trouble build, I think it's going to turn out really nice. I'm going to be really happy with the way it turns out. I'm using 2 castings that I've had double of that, you know, I'm going to change a little bit up on them and do something a little different with them. But they're going to be the same car, but I'm going to be doing 2 of them. And hence the Double Trouble. They're just going to be reversed paint schemes. So whatever paint I do with one, I'm going to do just the opposite with the other one. You know, because they're twins and I want them the same colors, but just different style paint job. It's going to be the same paint scheme, paint, tape job, everything. And, you know, I laid the plum purple down first as a base coat, and, you know, because I wanted it to be, you know, I wanted it to have like a set of racing stripes, but not your typical racing stripes where it's down the center or there's 2 on one side. I just kind of wanted it, you know, on one side of the car, you know, give it that foreign, Italian, whatever kind of look. And, you know, I put some on the side to help out with the numbers, and, you know, I cut the numbers I used for it. And there was a specific reason why I used the numbers for this card that I did. And I was talking to Jay about it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, we was trying to figure out if she had any lucky numbers. Well, unfortunately, I didn't have her lucky number as a decal. But then Jay brought up the idea of using a specific number. And you'll see that later on in the video, because I'm not going to spoil it just yet. And I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. So yeah, you know, I normally don't have, you know, who I'm doing the build off for incorporated, or, you know, make suggestions for the builds or anything like that. But this wasn't for Jay. This was for his wife. So using him was not the same as contacting her to see what kind of build she wanted to do or what kind of colors she wanted. Nothing. So that's why I contacted Jay. Jay was a big part in helping me come up with the color scheme. He was a big help with coming up with the decal deal. And Jay, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Amanda, you gotta thank him. It was my idea to do the build for you, but he had a lot of input on this build. I had a lot of he contributed a lot of information for this build. And like I said, I was really happy with the way it turned out. You see my monster truck tires. I'm doing that for my monster truck challenge coming up in the near future. I still don't know when I'm going to do that yet. One of these days I'm going to get a hold of Jay and we're going to just sit there, call or FaceTime or something, and just talk about what we want to do. And what I mean by we is because, since he threw on a great the JDC Pink Slips Invitational, I want to get some ideas from him because I'm already going to be doing an arena diorama for the monster truck build. And the monster truck I'm building for a prize, it's going to look pretty cool. I'm going to have some functioning parts on it, and as you see here, there's the number 2. And the reason for the number 2, if you haven't guessed it already by just looking at it, for twins. Yes, 2 little girls, 2 children, 2 kids, whatever you want to call it. It is for the twins. But it is not for my Double Trouble build-off. So, yeah, he was the one that came up with that idea because I did have that number, and I'm like, you know what, that's a great idea. So that's what I ended up going with, and I really like the entire look of this car. Even since I couldn't get the yellow, I didn't have the stuff to get the yellow out of the window, so I didn't know if it was already there. And I got a smiley face license plate that I'm gonna throw on here. Just smile, be happy, because I think she's gonna be smiling once she sees this video or once she sees the car in her possession. Because I'm going to be sending it out in first of the month along with the decal. Because Jay asked me for a secondary decal, and I was like, okay, no problem with that. And of course, I got to put the Caliber 50 custom stamp on it. Whether it's one with the star or whether it's the name. I have to make sure I put my signature on it. My decals on it. At least one of them. And that's what I usually do with the giveaway builds. I'll usually throw maybe 1 or 2 of my decals on there. Just so, it's there. And, I can't wait for you to see what we got. This is what we started off with. You've seen that the Ferrari needed a lot of work. It really did. It was in horrible shape. The everything was there. Everything was how it was supposed to be. It needed upgrades. I didn't like the black wall wheels on it, but without further ado, why don't we check out the final result?
Check it out. Check it out.
and I'll see you next time at the range.